feel free to have some blocks close by. If you want to prop or elevate yourself a little bit higher off your mat, you can always set a bolster, a pillow, or any sort of blocks to sit on as well. We'll start in a seated position, but of course, if you need to like have your legs out and that's a little more comfortable for you, feel free. Otherwise, cross-legged with the right leg in front of the left. Maybe we have a half lotus position where we take the right leg into the crease of the thigh. So finding a moment here to grow nice and tall through your spine as you find that comfortable spot. Beginning to root through the tailbone as you find your sits bones meeting to the earth. And then possibly, if it feels comfortable, to close and settle the eyes, just begin to settle the eyes closed. Take a moment to really arrive into this present moment within your body, with your breath. And just start to notice how the breath becomes a little more deeper, more expansive. And could every exhale become a little bit longer than your inhale? Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Allow your own personal rhythm to flow in and out. And we'll use this breath throughout the entire class. Ujjayi breathing, meaning as we inhale through the nose, we'll constrict the back of the throat slightly, creating a gentle exhale. And we'll create an ocean sound with our breath. And so every inhale expanding into the rib cage, the belly, the heart. And every exhale, just allowing for that ocean sound to follow. And as you begin to ground with breath and begin to arrive within the body and within this present moment, could we arrive within our heart? And this, could we bring to mind a challenge? Okay, and this may be a challenge that you've experienced when you were younger, something that really stands out for you, that's a big challenge for you in your life. Maybe something that has prevented you from moving forward or from kind of going after your goals and your dreams. So we're bringing to mind a specific challenge. And although this might feel uncomfortable, it will make sense in a moment. But I'd like you to arrive with this challenge. Feel it, sense it, and bring it to mind. A challenge within your heart that you've experienced in your past or possibly in your present. A challenge that you'd like to let go. A challenge that you'd like to transmute. Good. Now, as you hold this challenge within your heart and within your mind, let's bring our hands all the way up to the sky with a deep cleansing breath. And then take the tips of your fingers and guide them to the very crown of your head, the very top of your head. And just sense and feel the top of your head here. And start to tap. Start to tap the top of the head. And so what we're doing here is we're creating this emotional freedom technique, this tapping technique called EFT. And as we tap, we're going to state out loud, if you feel comfortable, you're in your own home, so feel free to state your challenge by saying, even though I've been through a challenging circumstance in my life, and then you can follow with this challenge, you can speak it out loud. I forgive myself fully. I love and honor myself exactly as I am. Good. Awesome. And we're going to keep doing this for a couple minutes. So repeating, even though I've been through a challenging circumstance in my life, naming that specific challenge. I forgive myself and I honor myself fully as I am. And I really encourage for you to say this out loud, as it is a lot more powerful. Even though I've been through challenging circumstances in my life, I forgive myself and I love myself and honor myself fully as I am. One more time. Even though I've been through challenging circumstances in my life, I forgive myself fully. I love and honor myself exactly as I am. Beautiful. And then we'll take our hands down to our collarbone. So as we guide the hands to the collarbone, we'll continue to tap here. Okay, as we tap on these acupressure points, we start to clear the stress and clear the challenging emotions. And so once again, out loud, even though I've been through challenging circumstances in my life, and then specify your personal challenge out loud. I forgive myself fully. I love and honor myself exactly as I am. Even though I've been through challenging circumstances in my life, I forgive myself fully. I love and honor myself exactly as I am. Even though I've been through challenging circumstances in my life, I forgive myself fully, and I love and honor myself exactly as I am. And just notice if any sensations arise. As we stop our tapping, we release the hands, taking 3 deep cleansing Ujjayi breaths in through the nose. Constriction in the back of the throat as we exhale through the nose. Beautiful. And then we'll release the legs here for a moment, shaking them out. Guiding the soles of the feet together. Releasing the arms overhead. Taking the right hand above and left arm under as we give ourselves a big hug. Yeah, we're gonna give ourselves a big hug. And our hips stay still. We want to keep our focus on the thoracic spine and that upper spine. Okay, this is where we're moving from. So as we hug, we guide ourselves, elbows down towards our belly, chin tucks towards our chest. And in a clockwise direction towards the right, we start to lean over to the right, lengthening our body upright and into a back bend as the elbows slightly lift. And then coming to that left side, we articulate this circle through just the upper back. Okay, and we send ourselves love. I love myself fully. I forgive myself. And I honor myself exactly as I am. I forgive myself fully. I love and honor myself exactly as I am. And as we pause, taking a big breath, arms to the sky, right hand to the earth as the left arm extends overhead. And guide another deep cleansing breath into your rib cage. And as you reach the arm forward and across, guide to the left, extending the right arm overhead. Taking another cleansing breath into the side body. And then releasing the hands to the earth. Forward fold as we surrender, allowing the hands to ground, the chin to tuck, honoring the great mother beneath us. And through our hands, through the portals of our hands, we can release any energy that doesn't serve, all of the energy and all of the circumstances and all of the challenges residing in our heart start to flow out of the heart, through the arms, down into the palms, and down into the earth. Send it to the great mother and ask her to take care of this energy for you. Ask her to transmute this energy for you. With one more cleansing breath, begin to guide the body upright. And we'll take the opposite leg in front, so left leg in front of right, or again into that half lotus shape. We're going to do this one more time. So as we inhale the arms up to the sky, take the fingertips right to the center line of the crown of the head. And as you begin to tap the crown of the head, repeating out loud, even though I've been through challenging circumstances in my life, go ahead and state your challenge. I forgive myself. I love and honor myself exactly as I am. Even though I've been through challenging circumstances in my life, I forgive myself fully, and I love and honor myself exactly as I am. Even though I've been through challenging circumstances in my life, I forgive myself fully. I love and honor myself exactly as I am. With a deep breath, guiding the hands down to the collarbone, begin to tap in this area here, stating out loud, even though I've been through challenging circumstances in my life. State your challenge. I fully forgive myself. I love and honor myself exactly as I am. And I don't know about you, but I get shivers in my entire body as I start to reprogram and start to state this out loud. So even though I've been through challenging circumstances in my life, and state it like you mean it, I forgive myself fully. I love and honor myself exactly as I am. Beautiful. One last time. Even though I've been through challenging circumstances in my life, I forgive myself fully. I love and honor myself exactly as I am. Releasing the hands with a deep cleansing breath. Feel and sense whatever it is that you feel and sense within your body right now. And really arrive into this deep appreciation. Arrive into this forgiveness. And as you take the arms all the way up to the sky with a deep cleansing breath in, left arm over top of the right as you give yourself a big hug again. And this time we move to the left, working with that upper spine as we come forward, elbows tucked to the belly. We move to the left, noticing that side bend as the shoulders stack. We take it into a back bend as we release our gaze and lift the elbows down to the right and forward again. So doing that a few times, really articulating, taking it slow and mindful. I forgive myself fully. I love and I honor myself exactly as I am. One more time, I forgive myself fully, and I love and honor myself exactly as I am. And as we release those arms all the way up with a deep breath in, left arm to the earth as the right arm extends overhead. We might come down to our forearm as we take it that extra step, but honor again where you are. On your next exhale, reach the arm, extend it forward and all the way around as the left arm reaches and extends. Gazing to the sky, stacking the shoulders, take another breath into the rib cage. And then releasing the hands forward in front of you. Melt and surrender, connecting your palms to Pachamama below. And once again, allow her to absorb and transmute your challenge. Releasing it from your body, releasing it from your energetic body, releasing it from your heart, releasing it from any programming. On your next breath, finding a tabletop as you take the feet behind you. We'll start to stack the shoulders over wrists, stack the hips over the knees so that all of our limbs are stacked, tucking the back toes, and a few rounds of cat-cow, releasing the spine as you inhale, gaze up. And as you exhale, round, tucking the pelvis, chin to chest. And so go ahead and do that with one breath, one movement. Could we hear our own ocean sound and our ocean breath? Good, 2 more sets. Neutralizing the spine on your next exhale. Guide your hips back towards your heels. And then slide the left hip off of the left heel and create this big circle around your mat as your right hip meets your right heel. And so we're going to do that a few times on your own timing, taking it round and round. If we need to widen the knees, feel free to take the knees a little bit wider. Warming up the wrists. Noticing the sensations in the low back and the hips. Pause and take it the opposite way. Beautiful. Come back to your tabletop, but send your hips past your knees and modify into this low plank. Tuck your pelvis, really draw your belly in as you press the earth away from you, puff the back of the skull to the sky. Take an inhale, exhale, lower down all the way to your belly as you untuck the toes, engage your glutes and rise for cobra with a deep breath. Exhale and take it back to puppy as you press back. One more time with one breath, one movement. Shift yourself forward, modify plank. Inhale. Exhale through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra as the shoulders draw away from the ears. And exhale, come back and press into your puppy. One more set on your own timing. Inhale forward. Exhale through. Meeting in down dog as we send the hips up to the sky. Know that the modified version we just did is always there for you. And as we pedal the feet and take any sort of movement, flushing out the legs, flushing out the hips. Sometimes we could even keep the feet still and just kind of sway the hips side to side, side to side. Noticing the weight transfer from the right hand to the left palm. Beautiful. Take the right leg to the sky, deep breath in. Square the hips. And notice if we compensate by lifting that right hip to stack. So as you square the hips, you'll notice different sensation into the left leg. Come high onto your left toes and find another breath. Exhale, right leg to the outside of the right hand. Drop your left knee down towards the earth. Left hand stays stacked under the shoulders. The right hand meets your thigh. And then peel the thigh open. Gaze back. Beautiful. Now option here to take the back leg. So as you bend the back knee, maybe the right hand takes the top of the foot. Everything is just a suggestion. So stopping or amplifying your posture however you desire. Releasing the back leg, take the hands again to the front. If you have blocks, you might meet with your blocks in hand. And then reverse your hips to the back. As you flex the right toes to the sky, notice your spine extending and lengthening. So your heart is drawing forward, your shoulders are peeled back, and we try to keep that lengthened spine throughout the entire posture. Few deep breaths as we guide the right heel to the back of our mat. We want to slide the right heel to square the hips. Find one more breath here and start to flush forward and back, forward and back. Releasing the blocks if we have them. Hands come back to the earth, lifting the left knee. Take your step back, three-legged dog, and this time open and stack the hips. Beautiful. Notice if your shoulders are squared, if that right shoulder lifted, just lower it back down. Guide your left heel down to the earth as well as you press the earth away from you. And back into your three-legged dog as you square the hips. Come forward into your plank. You have an option to stay here in three-legged plank. You have an option to drop your toes, drop your knees, and flow. Exhaling through. Inhale to your cobra up dog. And exhale, down dog. And coming forward and all the way down to your bellies. Inhale into your cobra. And then take the right toes to the sky. Flip yourself over so that now you're kind of seated on your glutes. Your right sole of foot is on the earth and your left hand is stacked directly under your shoulder. Press your left heel and your right sole of foot into the earth as you lift the hips up towards the sky, finding this exaltation. Engage your glutes. Open the heart. If we want any sort of movement through the right arm, we can create some circles. Beautiful. Releasing the hips all the way back down. Hands to the earth as we come back to our bellies. Press yourself into your down dog and send it back. Left leg inhales to the sky. Pause for a moment and again notice, are the hips squared? Lifting from the back of the left thigh a little bit higher as we come high on the right toes. Take a breath. Exhale, lizard, left leg to the outside of the left hand. And lowering the right knee, take the hand to the left thigh, peel it open, gaze back. Option again to stay here or take the back foot. Two more cleansing breaths. Notice if you can hear your ocean breath. Releasing the back leg, hands connect to your blocks or the earth, send the hips back, reverse your split. Notice again if the low back is rounding, and if it is, could we lift a little higher through our heart and chest, peeling the shoulders back, and hinging from the hips versus our spine. Continuing to keep that lengthening through the hamstring. As we square the hips, our right hip draws forward and our left hip draws slightly back as we pull the heel to the back of our mat. Good, one more breath as we flush, forward, back, forward, back. Lift the right knee, step back and open to stack your hips. Square the shoulders, root the right heel down to the earth, and press away from the earth, noticing space by the ears as the shoulders draw down. Back into your three-legged dog as you square the hips, come high onto the right heel. Shift yourself forward into a plank and offer your modifications as you exhale through your chaturanga. Cobra up dog. And down dog. Shift yourself forward into plank and lower yourself all the way down to your bellies. As you inhale into your cobra, go ahead and flip onto your right hip. Left sole of foot meets the earth. Prepare to take that breath in as you lift, keeping the glutes engaged, the heart open. Shine your love to the heavens, possibly some organic movement through your left arm. Building a little bit of heat here, so we find one more breath. And then unflip all the way down to your belly. And press it back up and to your down dog. We meet in Malasana to the front of our mat, so whether you want to step, hop, float, or simply place the right leg and the left hand to the outside of the hands. And then as you squat down, you might meet a block underneath your sit bones, but you might choose to just stay in a hover. Your elbows are pressing into your inner thighs, and your hands might meet in prayer, but if we have very open hips, we might even meet our hands fist to fist. Rooting the shoulders, inhale through the crown of the head, and really breathe into the pocket of your belly. So notice the pocket of your belly expanding outwards, and then draw the pocket of the belly in as you exhale your breath. Good, 2 more. Forward fold, the hands meet the earth or your blocks, heels out, toes forward. Lengthen the legs as you lengthen the spine and the heart down to the earth. Shaking the hips out, right and left. We can draw that line on the ceiling with our hips. And we'll do a little bit of a mobility practice here. So as we inhale the arms all the way up to the sky, heels in, toes out, we come back down into our squat. Arms could either lengthen forward in front of you for a little less or up to the sky for a little bit more. Rise with engagement in the glutes. Guide your toes forward and come down for your fold. Heels in, toes out. Come down to Malasana. Arms forward or to the sky as you rise. Heels out, toes forward, take your fold. And then 2 more sets. Heels in, toes out, find your squat. Arms to the sky, take your stance. Heels out, toes forward, take your fold. 1 more time on your own. And we end off in our fold. Left hand meets in front of the right toes to the block or the earth as the right arm opens to the sky, big twist. Take the right hand and maybe root it and wrap it around the back, possibly meeting the crease of your left thigh one day. Stack the shoulders, gaze to the sky. On your next breath, switching sides. If we took the wrap, just doing so again on here. Yeah, releasing those hands back to the earth. Step the feet into a plank, so hip width. Take your modifications again as you shift forward, breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to your cobra or up dog, then down dog. Our left leg rises to the sky, left leg. Take it through between the hands. Spin your back heel for warrior 2 as you cartwheel the arms to the sky. Extending those arms in either direction, relax the shoulders. Sink a little more deeply into your hip crease, noticing if all of your limbs are stacked. Engaging those inner thighs. We take extended side angle, left arm to the inner thigh, meeting a block, the earth, or hovering. We can also have that platter kind of on our thigh. Find 1 more breath, melting a little bit more deeper. And then exalting back on your exhale. Lengthen the left leg, wrapping the right arm behind the back, left arm overhead. Vinyasa flow. Cartwheel the arms to the earth, pivot the back heel, step back, 3-legged dog. Shift yourself forward, inhale, exhale through. Cobra up dog as you breathe in. Down dog as you exhale. Right leg to the sky, deep breath. Exhale between the hands. Spin the back heel again for warrior two as you rise. Good. Few deep breaths as you settle. Notice the right knee, and if it's caving in, just allow for that right knee to press to the right side of your mat. Sinking a little more deeply, engaging again those inner thighs by drawing the heels inwards towards one another. As you breathe in, exhale, extended side angle. Take your version again. Keeping your body a little more lifted to attain that straight line down your side body as you melt into your hips a little bit more. Good. One more breath. Exhale, exalt yourself back, wrapping that left arm, extending right arm. One more breath into your Vinyasa Flow as you cartwheel the arms, pivot the back heel, step back, three-legged dog. Send it forward and through. One breath, one movement. That left leg rises one more time. Exhale between the hands. Warrior two as you spin the back heel. Exhale, extended side angle. Take another breath in and exhale, reverse warrior. Good. Releasing the arms and the legs. Pivot your right toes to the corner of your mat and back heel in, so that we can meet in goddess. So both our toes are to the corners of our mat. Then we come down, sinking into those hips, watching that knees are stacked again over ankles. Tuck your pelvis under and really root your tailbone down into the earth. Good. Power through those legs. As the right arm comes over left, we hug ourselves. Give yourself that big hug. And again, just like we started, come forward and articulate the thoracic spine in that circle going round and round. I love myself fully. I accept myself just as I am. Good. Inhale those arms back to the sky. Pivot the left toes forward and take a step in with your back foot as you open your arms. Preparing for half moon. As we float, left hand might meet your block. Maybe we hover for a little more power. Okay, right leg extends long. Right arm could be at heart for a little bit less, but we could reach to the sky for a little bit more. Beautiful. With one more inhale, exhale, step back, exalt yourself, and take your flow. Hands come to the earth, three-legged dog. Forward on your breath in, exhale through. Good. Finishing off that other side as the right leg lifts. Inhale, take it through, step forward. Warrior two as you guide those arms. Take a breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Find one more breath here. Exhale, exalt yourself in warrior. Good, and then we'll extend the right leg, extend the arms, pivot the right toes to the corner, pivot the left heel in, and we're meeting in that goddess one more time. So as we come down, bending into those knees, open the inner thighs outwards, guide the left arm over right, give yourself that big hug, come down and to the left. Try to keep the bottom half still and just move from the thoracic spine. Okay, this is called a CAR, controlled articulated motion or rotation. So what it's doing here is bringing more mobility to that thoracic spine. Beautiful. Inhale, arms up. And then pivot the right toes to the front of the mat and prepare for that half moon again as you step your back leg in. Find your float. Few more deep breaths as you feel the dance in the right foot. Another breath in. Exhale, exalt your warrior. And take the hands to the earth for your flow as you pivot the back heel and step back. Beautiful. Now guide those knees down towards the earth. Walk the hands to the front of your mat. Meeting and melting heart, we allow our heart to melt to the earth, and the forehead might meet, but eventually the chin might meet. And so just be aware that our hips do stay stacked over the knees. If we happen to take the hips back towards our heels, we'll just be in more of a puppy pose with a little bit less intensity into those shoulders. So take what you need. And if you'd like more, curl your toes and push the weight of your body forward, melting the heart a little more deeply. We will slide forward onto our forearms. As the knees slide out from underneath us, we're on our bellies, Sphinx. Elbows are lined up directly under our shoulders, but if we'd like less, we can stack the hands forward. Continue to root the crown of the head up towards the sky. Draw the shoulders back as you broaden through the collarbone, and actively pull your forearms, even though they're glued to your mat, pull your forearms to your rib cage. Pull your elbows towards your rib cage and just notice this activation. Tuck your pelvis slightly to alleviate the pressure into your low back, and take 3 deep cleansing breaths into that area. Beautiful. Melt your heart down towards the earth. Take the hands alongside your body. We're coming into that flip dog again. So as we rise the right toes to the sky and we lift up, we're flipping the hips, guiding up to the sky. Deep cleansing breath. And then straight to the other side. So as we drop those hips and melt them, allow yourself to switch. Left toes meet. Take that lift. Back down towards the belly. Find your down dog as you press up and back. Deep cleansing breath as the right leg lifts. Pigeon, right knee meets to the outside of the right wrist. Guide the shin across the mat. And start to lengthen the left leg long behind you. Now, if we need any blocks again to prop underneath the right hip from toppling over, we can do that. If we'd like a little bit less intensity, we could also take a figure 4 on our back, okay? So same idea, working and stretching the same area. However, maybe a little more attainable today. So take your version, pigeon with our shin parallel or diagonal and left leg lengthened behind. Beautiful. Take your version, okay, whether we want to come down to sleeping pigeon Whether we want to stay upright, 4 cleansing breaths into your hips. And as you inhale, 2, 3, 4, begin to expand your breathing. Longer than your daily breath. And if your mind is elsewhere, could we come back to I forgive myself fully. I love and honor myself exactly as I am. Good, guiding our last breath here. And we'll start to place the hands underneath our shoulders. Then curl your back toe and inch the knee a little bit more forward so that your shoulders are past your wrists. You have the option here to step back, 3-legged dog, open, stack your hips, take any circular motions, or another flip dog. So as you come forward into plank, then flip. Your kickstand is a lot closer to the earth from here. Left shoulder stays stacked over the wrist as we spin the eye of our elbow forward. And maybe another flow as we come straight into a plank. We exhale through chaturanga, but feel free to skip all of this if you just want to come to your other side. Left leg rises with your breath as you exhale to your version of pigeon on the other side. Beautiful. As you set yourself up, allow the body some time to settle. And then find your edge, sleeping pigeon. I forgive myself fully. I love and honor myself exactly as I am. Two more breaths. On your next exhale, take those hands under the shoulders. Flush the same way you did on the other side. So as you tuck your back toes and curl them in, inch your weight so that you can pike the knee up and back, taking a possible flip or open stacked hips if you did the other side. One last flow if you choose to unflip straight into your chaturanga. Good, and then one more time to Malasana. We can step, hop, or float, finding some momentum or simply guiding one leg at a time to the outsides of the hands. Settle yourself in. 3 cleansing breaths as you grow tall. Elbows pressing into the inner thighs, but also engagement into the inner thighs as you actively open the knees outwards. One more time with that mantra. I forgive myself fully. I love and honor myself exactly as I am. And then finding a seat from here, could we just lower those hips, find the butterfly, soles of feet together, melting and surrendering ourselves forward and down. We have the option to just keep our body centered. However, we could tent the fingers and walk them to the right side, right corner, finding a little more sensation through our left side body. Continue to root the left knee down towards the earth. 2 more breaths. And as you take your next exhale, guiding those hands to the left corner. Come walk those hands back to center. Release the body upright. And take the soles of your feet to the earth. Hands, your right hand is going to take your left wrist underneath your thighs. So wrap your hands under your thighs, and then take a lock of that wrist. Inhale tall, maybe scoot your bum a little bit closer to your heels to grow a little bit taller through the spine and rooting the shoulders down. Now do the opposite, almost like this seated cat-cow. We round into our spine, and as we round, our elbows will lift up towards the sky, and we try to feel sensation between the shoulder blades as we create space there with our breath. Good, growing tall again for a breath. Shoulders root. And then releasing and rounding through our spine again, elbows towards the sky. You have yourself, so trust and lean, lean, lean. Big breath into the upper back. And from here, just lower yourself gently to the ground. So as you find your back, lie down. Inch the heels closer to your sit bones so that you can stack the ankles directly under your knees. And then allow for your arms to come alongside body, so lengthening and tucking the shoulder blades. Start to tuck the pelvis and engage your glutes, and then lift the hips up and down, and we're gonna clunk, 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 clunk. So we're gonna give a little tap, 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 tap to our hips. Yeah, up, down, up, down, up, down. And the tempo is like my voice. Tap, 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 right? Tap, 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 yeah, there you go, awesome. Good, now let all of whatever is sitting in our hips, in our root, in our sacral, even all the way up into our solar plexus. Those are our earthly bound chakras, okay? And we're just gonna shake out any of those challenging emotions that may still be sitting there. Tap, 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 tap. Awesome. Tap, tap, tap for another 3 deep breaths. 2 more breaths. Maybe repeating, I forgive myself fully. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. And then pause with those hips. Open up into butterfly with soles of feet together and arms in cactus. And just take a few deep cleansing breaths. Preparing for twist as the right leg lengthens, left knee draws into the chest. We can use our right hand to guide the knee over to the right side. Shimmy the right shoulder out so that the left shoulder stays rooted. And if it doesn't root, allow the knee to hover a little bit more. Take your version. If you'd like to extend your leg and take hand to calf, ankle, outer edge of foot, or maybe big toe. Beautiful. One more breath here. On your exhale, draw the belly in, guide the knee back to center as you release the left leg long and prepare for twist on the other side. So right knee draws in, take a deep breath. Exhale, guide the knee over for your twist. Find the same variation you did on the other side with 3 cleansing breaths, sending that breath to the middle of your belly. And then massaging those internal organs as you draw the abdominals in. Find 2 more. Good. Slowly releasing on your exhale again, back to center. We guide both soles of feet to the earth again to find bridge. But keep the hips on the earth as you line up your arms alongside the body again. Shimmy the shoulder blades underneath your spine and making sure the heels are nice and close to the glutes so that they stack under the knees. Tuck your pelvis slightly so that you feel the tailbone lifting, and then engage the glutes. Actually, leave your glutes soft, leave them soft and take that tap, tap, tap again. So gentle tap, tap, tap from the low back into the earth, shaking out the hips again, tap, 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 tap. Good. I forgive myself fully, and I love and honor myself exactly as I am. Good. And then pause, take another cleansing breath. Lifting the hips up to the sky, engage the glutes here, and then give the hips a little bit of a shake, kind of side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side. Good, and then lowering those hips all the way back down as we hug the knees into the chest, hands wrap around the shins. Keeping the knees together, stir the pot in a clockwise direction with both your knees. Finding a little bit of a massage into our low back. Good. Go ahead and take those legs in the opposite direction. And splaying the knees nice and wide. We could stay here or come to a full version of Happy Baby as we extend soles of feet to the sky. Hands could wrap behind the thighs, around the ankles, outer edges of the feet, or big toe. Your arms are actively pulling down as you root your shoulders. Your feet are actively pressing into your hands and into the ceiling, feeling a little bit of pressure. 2 opposing forces working together. With your inhale, you'll notice that your hips are soft, and on your exhale, start to root your tailbone down to the earth. Every inhale, notice how the hips lift, tailbone lifts. And every exhale, try to root your tailbone into the earth, lengthening the spine. So doing that motion with your breath, inhale to release, exhale to root, and you find a gentle rock into your hips and into your low back. Final breath. Relaxing the hips and taking any sort of exploration through your legs, extending through the right heel, extending through the left heel. If it feels comfortable, take any sort of movement in your happy baby and just play. Play and explore. We could even lengthen the legs all the way up to the sky as we draw them a little more together, back into a V shape. Again, just exploring. Good. Ask your body if there's anything else that it's craving here before we settle into our Shavasana. And as you feel a little more complete, start to lengthen those legs, lengthen those arms, finding your final resting pose.